Alright guys, so we're back here with the Slovo project again today. What I'm going to show you today isn't exactly a new thing, but it's something that I've done on a few different cars and I really like. Today I'm going to be polyurethane filling the factory rear torque mount for our Volvo S40. This mount is actually very similar to quite a few years of the Ford Focus and the Mazda 3. But anyways, you can do this on just about any mount. You can see on this one, there's the factory mount. You see where it's got some cracking in there and everything. As usual, wear and tear on a mount. One of the things you can do for the poly filling, you can use it for either just trying to breathe some life back into an old mount, if you're trying to get a little bit further, or you don't want to buy a new one or they're expensive. Also, to add a little bit of a performance aspect to your mount. That's what we're doing on this car. I don't really see the point of spending a whole bunch of money on this car. It's mostly just my daily driver, just kind of project, but doing that can save you a considerable amount of money, I should say, depending on whether you're going to buy a complete new aftermarket performance mount or if you're just going to buy aftermarket inserts. For this one, what we are using is a 3M Windo-Weld. That is a polyurethane. You can buy in a caulking tube. Part number for that is 08609. You can buy it just about any auto parts store or buy it online. Depending on where you find it, it's usually about 20-25 bucks. Works pretty good. One downside is you do need to make sure that you have, depending on how much you have to fill in, I'd say at least 48 hours for it to fully cure before you put it back in the car. Sometimes it can take a little more, so you want to make sure that you're not in a rush on this one. This car is currently down at the moment. You can see this is the cylinder head for it, so it's not going anywhere in the next couple days. So I got plenty of time to do this. So let's go ahead and start on this one. This one, I already took it and got it all cleaned up. It was kind of greasy. Cleaned it up real good with brake parts cleaner, just to make sure you get a good adheration all over the mount. This is, I gotta sit it on a piece of wax paper. That way if we do get anything that goes through when it's setting up to cure, it's not trying to stick to anything, not creating a mess. It'll just pull right off. Done the setup on quite a few different cars. Never had any problems, always had it work out quite well actually. You'll definitely want to make sure that you're wearing gloves when you do this. Get this stuff on your skin. Will, if you wash it off immediately afterwards, it will stain you black for a couple days. It's pretty mean stuff. Alright, now you can see it fully filled on both sides. Just a little small spot there, so I'm going to hit that back up, and then we're just going to let this cure. Try to let it sit. You don't want to rush that and put it back in the car too soon. Then I'll just push all that out, and all I did was waste a bunch of time. Alright, so we are back with our own poly-filled motor mount. This one has actually been sitting for about 36 hours. I did check on it after about 24 hours after doing it, maybe a little bit less. It was almost fully set up. As you can tell in some of the spots here, it's a little bit soft. So I'm sure with 48 hours, it would have been just fine. As you can tell now, this thing's pretty well solid. And the centerpiece has almost no movement. As where before, you could almost push it totally out of there. If you ever do this on one of your mounts and you get too much of it sagging out or anything like that once you're done, it's no problem. You can always cut it away with a razor blade, clean it up. This one, it's no problem. It's not going to win any beauty contest, but it sits inside the subframe. You're never going to see it. And we did our own poly mount for about $22. That in a little bit of time, can't beat it. Hopefully this helps you on a later project, or it gets your car going a little bit cheaper. Either way, thanks for watching, guys.